Do you know what takes a lackluster course that isn't making many sales and turns it into an irresistible program that your audience is just going to be pulling out their wallets and excited to buy? Well, it comes down to something that I like to call the bucket system. So today I'm going to go through what the bucket system even is, how you can apply it to your online course so you can start making more sales right away. Hi, I'm Gemma Bonham-Carter. I help entrepreneurs create, launch, and scale online courses and digital products so that they can build out a freedom-driven business. All right, I'm about to jump into what the bucket system is, the 5 buckets, and why you need each one for your course, the reason why you need each bucket, and how this will help you ultimately package up an incredible offer that will skyrocket your sales. All right, let's jump into what the bucket system is. Essentially, what I have done is created 5 different buckets or categories of types of things that you want to have in your online course. So gone are the days when an online course was just 10 video lessons. No one is going to get excited about buying 10 video lessons these days. You need to create this incredible package or experience. And that's what the buckets are going to allow you to do. So there are 5 different buckets, okay? Bucket number 1 are teaching assets. So this would be things like, those are your video lessons, right? Maybe it's you have video and audio lessons inside of your course. These are going to be any master classes. Maybe you're going to have guest experts come in and do like an interview series inside of your course. If you can do challenges or workshops or your how-to tutorials. I know in my courses, I have a lot of how-to videos for setting up stuff like tech stuff. Anything like that is going to fall under bucket number 1. Those are your teaching assets. So that's probably pretty self-explanatory. You're sitting there like, well, Gemma, yeah, obviously those things are going to be included in my online course. So you've probably like got a check mark next to your teaching assets. The next bucket are the digital assets. And so when I say digital assets, this is referring to all of those downloadable things. So your PDFs, your workbooks, your any like ebook or guide. Maybe you have a planner that comes, a downloadable planner that your students can use. Maybe there's some kind of worksheets that go with each lesson or a roadmap or even like a checklist at the top of the course that tells them what to expect in each module. Anything like that is coming into bucket number 2, which is digital assets. So bucket number 1 are teaching assets. Bucket number 2, we've got digital assets. The idea is you want to have things from each bucket inside of your course. And ultimately, the more you can have from each bucket, the better, because you're really creating this incredible package the more you layer in. Bucket number 3 is what I like to call shortcuts. So what do I mean by shortcuts? I mean things that are going to allow your students to implement what you are teaching them inside of your course faster, easier, more smoothly, just making it as easy as possible for them to implement because they want to get the results of your course. So shortcuts would be things like templates, right? This could be graphic templates, slide deck templates, could be like fillable spreadsheets of some kind. Maybe you have a course related to money or finances and you can create an incredible spreadsheet for them to use. Maybe it's some kind of calendar that you provide, or even a system using software like Trello or Asana if you're doing anything in the project management space. It could be cut like a copy paste things, like I'm thinking like maybe copy paste processes that they can use like right in their own business. If it's like a B2B type of course, these could be, anything, toolkits, checklists, calculators. Calculators are a really fun one. If you can build that out for your students to use, maybe some sort of assessment tool, really anything that is swipeable or copyable or usable, right? It's the usable stuff that falls into the shortcuts bucket. And I know for me as a buyer, I really value the shortcuts that people give me inside of courses. So yeah, I'm there for the teaching, right? And I'm probably there for some of those digital assets, but I really am gonna think very hard about enrolling in that program if I know that I'm going to get a whole bunch of shortcuts that are going to save me time, frustration, headache, all that kind of stuff. So that's bucket number 3. Bucket number 4 is interactive. You can sell a course that has no interactive component, but you are going to be able to charge more if there's an interactive element to your program, and it's really going to create more of an experience for your students. So this can be any kind of community building space. So whether that means it's a private Facebook group for your students, maybe it's a private Slack channel. I know people are using all kinds of different softwares, like Discord is something that I saw people, like a couple of people using recently. Maybe this looks like coaching calls and you do a call once a month over Zoom or once a quarter, something like that. Maybe there's an in-person component. Maybe there's a retreat that happens with your course. Maybe they are offered email access to you or even texting access, right? Voxer is a really cool app that you can use where you can voice memo back and forth with people. Maybe it includes Voxer access. Maybe there's an accountability group that comes along with the program. So anything that you can do to build in a sense of community with your course is going to really allow you to increase the perceived value of your program, increase the likelihood of people actually going through the program, doing the work and seeing the results that you want for them. And thirdly, it's actually going to be so much easier for you to also collect case studies and testimonials because you're developing essentially a relationship with your students inside of these communities and encouraging them to communicate with you in there. So that's bucket number 4. Bucket number 5 is just other. I have no good title for this one, but it's anything, any extra stuff that is really going to make your course seem really juicy and like a no-brainer purchase. And so this could be if you've built out some kind of, maybe you're really tech and you've built out like a software or an app that students can use. That's going to fall into the other category. Another one could be any kind of coupon or deal on something related to your course. So let me give you an example of that. I used to sell a course called Launch Your Shop, and I recommended a manufacturer. Well, I reached out to that manufacturer and said, listen, can I get a coupon code for my students so that they can get started with you and have an incentive to want to use you? They were super delighted by that I was going to be sending new customers their way. So they offered a $50 credit for every student that came through my program. So what an incredible thing for me to be able to list on my sales page to say, oh, you also get this as a student inside of my course. So anything in the other category. So those are the 5 buckets: teaching assets, digital assets, shortcuts, interactive components, and other. The idea is if you can get as many, you want to hit all 5 buckets if possible, and hit multiple things within each bucket. Because what that's going to do is it's going to take your course from this kind of like ho-hum, maybe series of video lessons, and turn it into an interactive, engaging experience for your students that's going to be so clear at the value of how much is there. And also, you know how other people learn differently? Like some people learn really well over video, some want reading content, some prefer audio, some prefer that interactive component. If you're hitting on all of those in your course, well, you're gonna really broaden and expand the types of students who are gonna come into your program because you've hit them all, right? You're catering to each one of those. And it's the same thing with people when they make buying decisions. One person might really value the actual video lessons. Another person might value the shortcuts the most. And a third person is going to value the community. So again, if you're catering to each of these buckets, you are expanding the potential students who are going to come into your program. All right, that's it for the bucket system. If you want to learn how to create and launch your very first online course, I'm going to invite you to come and register for my free masterclass. In that masterclass, I'm sharing with you my sell first, create second method on how you can get paying students in your course before you've even created it. So click through to sign up for that class. It'll also unlock an invite into my program, Course Creator School. And if you're already an experienced course creator and you want to grow your business, you want to create funnels, you want to start tapping into those higher level marketing strategies, then I'm going to invite you to come join my membership for experienced course creators. It's called the Passive Project. I've linked to it below. You can come on and join us anytime in there, and we'd love to have you. All right, that's it for me. I'll see you next time.